So today we're going to be looking at some cringy, so-called profound posts made by little kids, and I found these on the subreddit r/I'm14 and this is deep. Scooby-Doo taught us that the real monsters were always human. I'm gonna be honest, I'm a little bit distracted by what you're actually saying because of how hard that picture is. Scooby-Doo looks absolutely ballin' in that pic. Sheesh. But also, weren't half the villains in Scooby-Doo like ghosts? Ghosts aren't humans, so this quote doesn't really make that much sense. Also, if you want to be taking your life lessons based off cartoons, I wouldn't say that I'm all that confident in learning anything profound from, like, SpongeBob. Why do Earthlings never use telepathy? Because they have a lot to hide from each other. Boy, don't be trying to come after Earthlings. You guys don't even have clothes on, okay? Also, we don't not use telepathy because we have a lot to hide from each other. We don't use telepathy because we literally can't. It's not possible. But you don't even need to use telepathy to hear what's on my mind, bro. If I got something to say, I'm gonna say it like, dog, your heads are so big that I actually think that I could ration like a year's worth of food in your noggin. So here we have a really deep iPhone wallpaper, and you can just tell it's deep because this dude right here is pretending to have a happy face on when in reality he's sad. I feel like the only reason I would ever change my wallpaper to something like that would be to intentionally leave my phone in like the kitchen so my mom would see it and hope that she would see the wallpaper and check in on me and then feel so bad for me that she'd lend me her credit card to get new Fortnite skins. I'm joking, but I'm not joking about people mainly doing that wallpaper thing for attention. Like, I've never seen somebody who actually is going through it use like one of those corny ass depressed wallpapers. It's these type of posts that make suicide corny, bro. It's the same thing with that Logic song where it's like, I've been on the low, I've been taking my time. If you listen to that, I just know you have a great life. Who hates the rich? Everyone's hands are up. Who wants to be rich? Everyone's hands are still up. I feel like we should all be on that grind set of trying to get our bread up and just trying to be rich. Like, do you think any of the billionaires nowadays, when they were growing up, they were thinking about, man, I hate these rich people, dude. I never want to be rich. Like, obviously not. Turn the jealousy and the envy, turn that into drive, bro. That's what I've been doing. Like, in terms of YouTube, whenever I think that I deserve more views and more subs, and that people that I think make worse content than me are getting those views and the subs, I just think, you know what, I'm not gonna spend my time hating on those people. I'm gonna use that as a motivation for me to just grind and stuff. Okay, maybe that post was actually a little bit deep. I know I ironically said in the beginning that these posts are so profound when they're not really profound, but that one was actually good. Oh no, mama, you're sad. No, sweetie, that's just what happens when grown-ups think about their lives for too long. Off topic, by the way, but Adventure Time single-handedly carried Cartoon Network for a decent amount of time. Such a great show. But you really couldn't have picked a better frame from the show to use this quote. Like, you're talking about how growing up can be hard and, I don't know, adulting can be challenging, but in order to display that sentiment, you use this morbidly obese creature stuffing their face with like a bucket of honey. Did anyone else realize if someone's colorblind, like from birth, no one would be able to tell because they may be seeing what we see is red as another color, but they still color red because that's what they've been taught since they were born, unless they just see black and white. Jesus Christ, this sounds like a Joe Biden speech. What are you trying to say? That kids with color blindness use like colored pencils the same way people with not color blindness use them? If so, like, no shit, obviously we do, because like that's how it's supposed to be. Are you trying to advocate for the creation of colorblind colored pencils? If so, those already exist. They're just called normal pencils. I found this picture quite profound. Thought for the day. Social media never shows the whole picture. Perfection is an illusion. I mean, did that really have to be said? I don't think when I'm looking at a picture of somebody on Instagram that I'm now like super acquainted with their lives and their current marriage situation. Like, I just don't understand. Do you think when I'm looking at a picture of somebody on a tractor that I'm able to tell, wow, this person is left-handed? Like, how am I able to tell these sorts of things from one still image? Like, I feel like this one isn't really deep, more of like an obvious sort of fact. People these days, brain worth nothing, shirt worth 300, blazer worth 675. Yeah, this post was definitely made by somebody trying to sell organs on the dark web. Why would you try to artificially increase the cost of a human brain? I mean, I'd be pretty worried if a brain was worth like 100K because I feel like we'd have a lot more decapitations going on. I'd probably have to wear a helmet every day to school. Nah, but jokes aside, I get what this post is trying to say, that people are more worried about, I guess, looking cool and spending money on clothes rather than, I guess, becoming more, like, intelligent. But that doesn't really make sense because if you're able to afford these nice clothes, that probably means you have a well-paying job, and in order to get a well-paying job, you usually need, like, intelligence, so, like, it doesn't really make sense. Behind my smile is a hurting heart. Behind my laugh, I'm falling apart. Look closely at me and you will see the girl I am. It isn't me. Yeah, obviously, I know the girl isn't you. That's just a stock image of a hooded girl that you found in black and white. But behind my laugh, I'm falling apart. What do you got, like kidney failure? What's going on? Like, are you good? Behind my laugh, I'm falling apart. Like tonsillitis? What's going on? Do you gotta get checked? Stop living your life like this. Okay, what? What? Oh yeah, I'll stop, like, riding my bike for every day of the week. Like, what is I don't understand. I mean, I guess the message of this post is if you're riding your bike literally every single day of the week, every single week of the year. Yeah, probably stop. Google now hiring. No need to apply. We already have all your data. Damn, that's so deep, except, wait a second, I didn't even apply to Google, and this applies to like maybe a couple thousand people that are applying to get jobs for Google. Sometimes you miss the memories, not the person. Aha! Necrophilia. Also, I don't even understand that. Like, how could you miss the memory of somebody but not miss the person themselves? Like, if I miss the time that me and my buddy went to the ice cream shop, like, how can I not miss my buddy, right? Like, I just feel like that doesn't make much sense. Well, I mean, these posts are meant to be shitty, so I guess that adds up. It's okay. 0 followers. Crying going to sleep. Wait, you have 0 followers on Twitter. That's a W. I'm gonna be honest, sometimes I see how many followers I have on Twitter and I think, is this really the platform that I want to be expanding on? If you're a person and you ever want to do social media, do not start your career on Twitter, but most certainly do not cry when it doesn't work out. A perfect example that being alone is better than being with the wrong person. Well, no, not actually a perfect example. I would argue a horrible example because this one doesn't even involve people. These are just 2 strawberries, you dimwit. I mean, I get the point, right? It's like the moldy strawberry is making the healthy strawberry moldy, so it's like, oh, that's a metaphor for people and toxic relationships. But at the same time, you can literally use this logic to not hang out with old people. It's like, oh, old people are gonna die soon. You don't want to die soon, so don't hang out with them. Just owned. Music always has the power to express what I feel inside. No, guys, this one's really deep because this is gonna blow your mind. This guy's headphone is connected to his heart, so he's hearing what he's feeling. Shit's clever. I think that already exists. I think it's called a stethoscope, and you have it when you're checking your heart rate, but you know what? No. Actually, no. I'm sorry. I'm just crushing your dreams. I'm evil. I feel like this post would have been more relatable if you, I don't know, like used AirPods. I don't know why you gotta have the wired headphones, like the 3.5mm jack. Seriously, dude, 2022, we're still doing that? Gen Z is made of zombies. Less educated, more depressed, without values. Yeah, because, you know, Gen Z accurately represented is like a Vanta Black Void Walker. I mean, as funny enough as this is, I don't entirely disagree with it. I mean, I probably disagree on the less educated part. I feel like as generations have passed, we've kind of been able to learn more stuff. Like, only a decade ago were computers really introduced to schools, you know? Like before that, there wasn't really technology as available in education. Yeah, but overall, I do agree with this. I feel like the value structure of Gen Z is pretty warped. And the more depressed thing, I'm pretty sure that's just empirically true. And it's sad, man. Like, sometimes I wish I lived life growing up in the 90s. Not because I know that I'd like it or anything, but just so I could see the contrast of how things are today and how things were back then. Dude, I'm gonna be honest, I've kind of ruined the whole point of this video. The point of this video was to look at cringy, fake, deep posts, but now, like, I actually kind of think some of these are a little bit deep. I mean, don't get me wrong, like, some of the posts on this subreddit are pretty retarded. Like, look at this one. I'm not heartless. I've just learned how to use my heart less. You gotta use that thing, like, all the time, dude. If your heart's not beating, bro, do chest compressions. Get that shit working again. Anyways, though, that's gonna do it for this video. If you guys did enjoy, be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're new to the channel. Comment down yogurts if you made it to the end of the video, and I'll try to heart your comment. Big thanks to all my channel members. As always, you guys rock. Be sure to follow my social medias and join the Discord server. Links are all in the description below, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.